Hello everyone and welcome back for more Solo Champions League. Tonight we are using Marvel Champions 4 Season 3 Round 3 of the Solo Champions League with Miss Marvel and the Aggression aspect. I have not played much of Miss Marvel. I played her, I think, one match as a warm-up, but that's really about it, so we're going to see how this goes. We are up against Rhino plus under attack. We get a starting hand of 6 cards and we're just going to see if we need to do any mulligans right off the bat. Alright, melee, that's okay. There's only one enemy, so that might not be the best one. Bruno Corelli, I can see that helping. In fact, that would help a lot with melee, saving that for later. Sneak by also would be helpful for later. So what I think we're going to do is I really do like a lot of these cards, but I just can't use them right away. So I'm going to... We're definitely going to do Bruno Corelli, because he basically allows us to save cards for later. So we want that, and we'll probably put Sneak By under him. So in the meantime then, we will pass on melee, and yeah, that's it. We'll pass on melee, drawing a new card. Okay, now we're going to use Kamala Khan's ability. Discard cards from the top of your deck until you discard a Miss Marvel card. Then add that card to your hand. Alright, we got big hands. Perfect. And we're gonna... well, we might not switch just yet. Perfect. Okay. We are gonna spend... We're gonna use Avengers Mansion to put out Amir Khan. And exhaust Amir Khan, place one card from your discard pile on the bottom of your deck, then draw a card. Very good. Alright, so now we got some more options. Yeah, we're gonna spend the power of aggression, or do I want to save that one for later? Might want to save that for later. Now, okay, we're gonna spend the power of aggression to get Biokinetic Power Suit out. That allows us to generate a wild resource to use with an attack card. We're gonna spend Red Dagger to get Bruno Corelli out, and we're gonna use his ability to store Sneak By for later, because we're gonna need that when the time comes for a whatchamacallit, stuck between games. I was gonna say Crisis, when we need to take Threat off the main scheme. So I don't think we're gonna do anything else this turn. I was considering going to hero form and doing some damage, but really, I think we're just going to let it scheme this turn, and then hopefully next turn we can load up these cards with a few more abilities. So let's draw our 6 cards then. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. There's a few good cards in there. Uppercut's good, Brawn is good. You'll pay for that. After the villain attacks you, remove 1 threat from a scheme. Very helpful. And okay. So, it's the villain's turn. We're going to give 1 threat to the main scheme, then he's going to scheme. So he has got a normal scheme of 1 plus the boost card of 1 more, getting 2 threat on the main scheme. Very well, and then before going to turn 2, we've got to do an event card, and that event card is Crowd Control. So we cannot take any threat off the main scheme until we take care of Crowd Control. So it's got 2 threat on it. Okay, we're going to start our turn by using Kamala Khan's ability to discard cards until we draw a Miss Marvel card. Yikes, this is actually kind of hurting. Alright, Sneak By, perfect. Then we're going to use Amir Khan to put this energy right at the bottom of my deck and draw another card. I really like his ability so far. And I'm not going to use, I'm going to use Bruno Corelli, but I think I'm going to use him to store a card as opposed to use one. Maybe not. Maybe I'll just let him hold that for now. Okay, we're going to switch over to Miss Marvel. We got lots of choices here, which I like to see. And we have sneak by, which is a must right now, because we need to get threat off the scheme. Anything else I can do? That's also very helpful. So we're going to use Genius, and what else should we spend? Maybe Big Hands. We'll spend those two to get Brawn out. After Brawn attacks, remove 1 threat from a scheme. So he's just going to go right ahead and attack, dealing 1 damage to Rhino, and taking 1 threat off a scheme. Okay, that's easy enough. Now I have this ability of Miss Marvel where I can exhaust her and put a... No, it's only after I do an attack, thwart, or defense card. So we can still do that, just not this turn. Well, we can still do it this turn, just not with that particular set of cards. What do we want to do? What do we want to do? I think we're going to spend our 2 strength on Big Hands here. Deal 4 damage to an enemy. Alright, taking him down to 9 health. Then we're going to exhaust Miss Marvel, put Big Hands right back into our hand. And we're going to spend all 3 of these to do Uppercut for 5 damage. You know what, maybe not. Now go back. No, I don't want it. I want to save. I do want to save Sneak By if possible. So we will spend Biometric Polymer Suit to do 1. I thought I had another one, yeah. Then Big Hands, and you'll pay for that on Uppercut. And that way we can save Sneak By and still do the 5 damage I want to Rhino. Bring him down to 4 health. So far, so good. Anything else we can do this turn? I can only store cards under Bruno when I'm in alter ego form, so that's not going to happen this turn. Okay, everyone's coming out then. Alright, and drop to 5 cards. 2, 3, 4, and 5. 1 threat's going on that main scheme. Yikes. And then he's got to attack. He's going to attack with 2 plus, I'm not going to defend, 2 plus this boost card of 3. So that's going to be 3 damage total, bringing me down to 7. Then we've got an event card before going into turn 3, and that event card is Sandman. Toughness, this character enters play with the tough status card. Not cool. We will have, well, Braun's readied up, so we're going to have him attack Sandman and get rid of that tough status card, and then he's going to use his ability to get rid of that threat, ending crowd control. Then we're going to spend Biometric Polymer Suit and First Aid. Maybe not. Hold on. Take back First Aid. I think we're going to actually spend Polymer Suit, chase them down, and Skilled Strike to get Helicarrier out here. We're just really filling up on support cards, which isn't a bad thing. And then we're going to spend Helicarrier and Biometric Polymer Suit to use Sneak By, removing 3 threat from a scheme. That's going to be the break-in here. And then we're going to use our ability to exhaust Miss Marvel, put her back in our hand, and switch over to the Kamala Khan side so that we can use Amir Khan to exhaust Amir Khan, place 1 card from your discard pile on the bottom of your deck, then draw a card. I'm really liking his ability. I'm hoping I get to use it more. I'm probably just going to put just a bunch of, what's the word I'm looking for? Energy and stuff down there. Resources. And then I get to draw a card, and that's nice. And I think I'm going to store this Sneak By under Bruno Corelli. So he has 2 of them now, I believe it's 2 Sneak Bys, which I need because threat's going to be a big issue coming up. Alright, it's already everyone up. That's going to be the end of our turn. And we can draw up to 6 cards. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. That's another Sneak By in our hand. We're doing okay on those Sneak Bys. Alright, one threat goes on the main scheme, but now here's where they're going to come into play, because he's going to scheme for quite a bit, it seems. Yeah, probably. So it's going to be, he has a scheme of 1, Sandman has 2, so that's 3 plus this boost card of 1. So that's 4 threat. So we're already at 4, I'm sorry, 3, 4, 5, 6 threat going into turn 4, and we have an event card to do. It is Hydra Mercenary. While this minion is engaged with you, you cannot attack the villain. So that's another minion coming out. Already up Brawn here, forgot to do that. Let's go ahead and use a Mir Khan right off the bat, allowing us to put a card on the bottom of the main deck. And then, using that, we can go ahead and draw a card. I do wish we had something. I just saw it in my discard pile. I really wish we had melee right now. It does 3 damage to an enemy and then 3 damage to another enemy. That would take out most of the issues with these villains. So Brawn is going to attack Hydra Mercenary here, taking 1 damage himself, but taking 1 threat off the main scheme. Then, to have this, I'm looking at my options here, and okay. Should probably use those two. You know, we should use Kamala Khan's ability to discard cards until we draw a card that's hers. Yeah, Miss Marvel card. That worked. Alright, we've got a lot of cards here. Lots of things we can do. Just looking at my options. There's lots of good stuff. We gotta switch over. I think we have to. I don't think we really have a choice right now. I think we have to do some damage. So okay. Miss Marvel's here. We gotta do sneak by, so we're gonna use this and this to do sneak by, removing 3 threat from a scheme. That's taken care of. And what we can do is exhaust Miss Marvel to get that right back into my hand, and we're certainly gonna do that. We then will spend perfect. Okay, we're gonna spend sneak by and wiggle room on Haymaker to deal 3 damage to an enemy. That's going to defeat Hydra Mercenary, which we will then use Chase them down. After your hero attacks and defeats an enemy, remove 2 threat from a scheme. That's going to clear off this scheme again. So we are back to ground zero. We're back to 0, threat level 0 on that. And we're going to spend the rest of these 3, I think, to get Tigra out. She has an attack of 2, and she's going to use it right away, taking 1 damage herself, but doing 2 damage to Sandman. And then I think we can ready everyone up and get ready for our next turn, which is, what, 5 cards deep? Yeah, 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, that's a few allies here. Quite a few allies. Might just go straight for Nick Fury, I'm not sure. She-Hulk's pretty good. She does take a while to build up, but that's a lot of damage that she builds up. Alright, let's do 1 threat on the main scheme. Then he's going to attack, and that attack is 2 plus the boost card. Let's just take the attack today, so that's 2. That's only 2 damage, we can take that. Then Sandman's going to attack, and his attack is 3. That one, I think we also have to take it. Yeah, we're just going to take it, going down to 2 health. And then hopefully we don't get doomed here before going into round 5. We have 1 event card, and it is Home by Dawn. You may flip to alter ego form. Choose. Exhaust Kamala Khan, removing Home from Dawn from the game, or discard 1 persona support you control. If no supports are discarded this way, this card gains Surge. Discard this obligation. We are gonna switch to Kamala Khan and exhaust because these guys are holding on to a few good cards for us. Alright, that wasn't as bad as some other things that could have happened. We're going to exhaust Amir Khan, because we're on this side, so might as well, right? And we're going to put, I don't know, what should we put in there? Something useful, right? Melee might be helpful at this point. I don't know how many other minions are going to be coming out. Maybe chase them down. Uppercut. Yeah, I think we're going to put uppercut down there. That seems like the most useful, honestly. Assess the situation could also be helpful. Okay, we're going to put uppercut down there. And then we can draw a card. And then we're going to use Kamala Khan's ability to draw cards until we draw one of hers. Very well. And there's Embiggen. I keep hearing about this card Embiggen, so let's see if it actually adds up to something nice. When you play an attack event and exhaust Embiggen, increase the amount of damage that event does by 2. That's pretty good. I think we're just going to go straight for Nick Fury. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get Nick Fury out there, allowing us to draw 3 cards. Right? Yeah, draw 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. Lots of energy and stuff, but nothing I can really do with it. Just looking at my options. Okay, I think we can do this. Don't think we need to use Bruno this turn. I think we're going to switch over to Miss Marvel. Well, first off, we'll have Brawn attack. What am I talking about? Brawn's going to attack. It's going to take 1 damage, deal 1 damage, but also take a threat off the main scheme, so that's great. Thanks, Brawn. And then we're going to have Tigra attack, dealing 2 more damage. You know what? We're going to reverse that. He's going to have attacked Rhino, bringing him down to 1, and then Tigra is going to defeat Sandman, bringing him down to 0. So, those 2 are both exhausted. And they've taken their damage. Pretty close to actually losing them. We're gonna spend energy here to get Embiggen out. That allows us to use an attack and then get +2 damage to that attack. We will use Helicarrier and Biokinetic Polymer Suit to use Big Hands. Deal 4 damage to an enemy, but because of Embiggen, it's going to be 6 damage, which obviously beats Rhino. Okay. Thanks, Embiggen. And we can't use Miss Marvel's ability because we're already exhausted. So that's not going to happen. So we do have to switch to our next round of Rhino. And with that, we have to search the encounter deck and discard pile for Breaking and Taking. I don't think that's come out yet, so I do believe we have to go looking for that. Alright, Breaking and Taking. What do we got? I don't enjoy Breaking and Taking. It's not my favorite side scheme. There it is. It makes us do an extra event card. And it starts with 2 threat. But we still have Nick Fury available, and you know what? We're probably just going to use him to take care of it now I think about it. In doing so, it's going to solve lots of our problems. So there's our 2 threat. Rhino now has 15 health. We will use Nick Fury and his 2 thwart to get rid of... Oh wait, place an additional 1 per thing. So this does actually have 3 threat on it, not 2. Sorry. Do we want him to do that then? Yeah, he's gonna do 2 thwart to bring this down, taking 1 damage himself. And I think with that we are gonna ready everything up and end our turn. So this turn we're definitely gonna have Nick Fury defend us. No way around that. 3, 4, and 5. Okay. 1 threat has to go in that main scheme. Then he's going to attack, but we're going to have Nick Fury defend. So that's an attack of 3, 4, 5. Thank you, Nick Fury. And then we have to do an event card before going into round 6. Attached to Rhino. When Rhino attacks, the attack gains overkill. Excess damage to an ally from this attack is dealt to the ally's controller. At the end of the stage, attack. At the end of this attack, discard charge. So that's not a great one. Charge is pretty dangerous. Well, we'll start with Brawn. He's going to do 1 damage, take 1 damage, defeating him, but he's going to clear off breaking and taking in the process. So thank you, Brawn. Okay, what else we got? We're going to use Helicarrier and Biokinetic Polymer Suit to do Big Hands. And because of Embiggen, when you play an event, exhaust Embiggen, increase the amount of damage by 2, so that's going to be 6 damage to Rhino, bringing him from 14 all the way down to 8 with just 1 card. That is nice. Thank you, Big Hands. Then, what do we want? Do we want to exhaust her? I think we do. I think we want to exhaust her to get Big Hands back. We have the option. We're going to do it. I'm really close. I'm trying to figure out if I can defeat him or not. I think we can. So we're going to use the power of aggression and Avengers Mansion to use Uppercut, dealing 5 damage to Rhino, bringing him from 8 to 3. This is going very well. He was at 14 health at the beginning of this turn, so yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. And then we can use Strength plus Big Hands to deal 4 more damage, and yeah, that's definitely going to beat Rhino. So that was very successful. For my first game with her, that went very well. So I'm going to clean this up, shuffle it up, set it up again, and we will try again. I'll be right back. Alright, we are back. If you normally watch my DC streams, or if you're just stopping in for the first time, this is for the Solo Champions League. It basically takes the win-lose conditions of a normal Marvel Champions game and ranks you against other players playing the same setup. So it ranks you on how well you did, based on did you win or lose, did you, how much health was left on minions left on the board, how much health did your hero have left, how many turns did it take you. All sorts of things we're tracking so that we can rank you on how well you did and get basically a citizen's approval award on how well you did. It's a lot of fun. I enjoy running it. I enjoy playing it every week, and I think you will too. So check it out. So we're just about to start our second attempt because for each round we do get 3 attempts. Just shuffling everything up now. I get to start with 6 cards. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Oop, gotta put myself up my full health of 10. So there's that. Let's see if we need any mulligans this turn. Well, chase them down's not going to help because there's nothing to thwart and there is no minions anyway. And Biggin's going to help a lot. Big Hands is going to help a lot. Bruno Corelli, he was okay last time. So I think we're just going to replace chase them down and draw a card. Very well. Let's see what our options are. I think I'm going to take a bit of a chance here, okay? And I'm going to go, maybe not that big a chance. I do want Embiggen out. I really want Embiggen out, I should say. I was thinking just go all She-Hulk. Just as much damage she can do. It would be 1 plus, so 1, 3, 6. That's a lot of damage she ends up doing. 1, 3, 6. Yeah, we end up 10 damage. That's pretty powerful for only 4 resources. Oh, we can use Kamala Khan's ability. That should help. Let's see if we can get a card from her. So we lost Mockingbird. And we get Red Dagger. What's he do again? When Red Dagger is defeated, spend 2 resources of different types. Deal 2 damage to an enemy and return Red Dagger to your hands. Alright, that's an okay ability, yeah. 2, 3, 4. I could keep Embiggen for next turn, spending just these 4 to get She-Hulk out. And I'm going to play Assess the Situation to increase my hand size by 1. I'm not going to switch from Kamala Khan this turn. And I'm going to draw 7 cards, which is going to help quite a bit for this next turn. But for now, we do have She-Hulk, who is certainly going to attack, taking Rhino from 14 down to 13 for now. Later on, she'll be stronger. And we have Assess the Situation out, so that is going to be a 7-card draw. We already have 1, so we get to draw 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then our 7th card is Sneak By, which is awesome. Okay. Yeah, that was pretty much worth it. 1 threat in the main scheme. Then Rhino schemed, but he's not very smart. So his scheme is 1 plus 0, so that's just 1 threat in the main scheme. And then before going to turn 2, we have an event card, which reads, Charge. Charge is a bad one. When Rhino attacks, the attack gains overkill, which means if I defend with She-Hulk or anything like that, that attack is going to go straight to me afterwards. So we might see what we can do to avoid that. Let's go ahead. We are going to use Kamala Khan's ability to look for one of her cards. There's Wiggle Room, okay. We will let She-Hulk attack, and she gets +1 for each damage, so she's going to do 2 damage this turn, bringing her down to 11, and only taking 1 more damage in the process. Now, I've got a lot going on here. I could switch over and use Uppercut. I could use Assess the Situation again. I could get Nakia Bahadur out. Exhaust Nakia Bahadur. Reduce the cost of the next card you play this phase by 1. That is nice. I think that is what we want to do. So we're going to use Wiggle Room to get Nakia out. And then, is there anything else I can play during this phase? Because I think it is just during this phase. Okay, I can get Embiggen out for cost of just 1, so that's nice. We will spend Skilled Strike to get Embiggen out, so now that's helpful. I've already used She-Hulk this turn. I'm scared to not switch over because I do need to do some kind of thwarting or we're going to be in trouble. So we have to switch over. we will spend Sneak By and Uppercut, unfortunately, to use Sneak By, removing 3 threat from a scheme. Okay? And then we'll go ahead and do an attack from Miss Marvel for 1 more damage, bringing Rhino down to 10. Let's roll everything up. And we're going to use, assess the situation so that we have a 6-card hand instead of a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm really hoping those assess the situations pay off. Okay. Let's see. 1 threat on the main scheme. Then Rhino's going to attack. He's got a base attack of 5 right now, so that's hurtful. Let's just see what we have. After the villain attacks you, remove 1 threat to a scheme for each amount of damage you took. Oh man, I wish I didn't use my whatchamacallit last turn. That would have been nice. That would have been very nice. Would have taken off 5 threat off a scheme. Oh well. Can't know that ahead of time. Okay. Looks like we're going to defend at least against the attack. To reduce it by 1. No, let's just take the attack. We're taking the attack, the full attack. So that's 3, 4, 5 plus 0. That's 5 damage, bringing me down to 5 health. And then before turn 3, he gets an event card, and that event card is... oh, this is also gone. It is Enhanced Ivory Horn. Spend 3 strength resources to discard this card, otherwise he does get +1 attack. Okay, we are back in our turn. We will let She-Hulk attack. She does 1, 2, 3 damage this time, bringing him down to 7 health. Thank you, She-Hulk. She's got 2 more attacks like that, building up each time. What can we do? What can we do? I don't have any of the abilities that you want from her. I don't have any of her normal things. So we're going to go for Uppercut. With Uppercut, we can deal 5 damage. So we will spend Genius, chase them down, and we'll do Moment of Triumph, okay? That's 3 damage. 3 resources to use. Uppercut, dealing 5 damage, bringing Rhino down to 2 health. Oh, and when I play an attack event, Exhaust and Biggin increased by 2, so that's actually going to be 7 damage, which will take him on to the next phase. So that was even better than I was hoping. Thank you for that. And Biggin is a great card. I'm glad everyone warned me about that. Alright, so I do have to put Breaking and Taking out. That's one of the good things about the league, is that it's not just people playing the game and competing. It's everyone's trying to help each other get better. So I would have maybe even ignored the Embiggen card unless someone told me about it. And so far it's paid off in dividends. So it's going to start with 3 threat on it. That's what Breaking and Taking is going to do. And that is going to take all the attention away from the main scheme. So I have to get rid of that before anything else. I have a You'll Pay for that again, so I'm considering just staying here. But the problem is I also have an Amir Khan, and I did really like that. I think we're going to save Amir Khan for next turn. And we are, in fact, going to use Miss Marvel as kind of bait. That's kind of dangerous, though. She only has so much health. I think we're going to switch over and save You'll Pay for that for later. So, switch over to Kamala Khan. Exhaust Nakia Baker. Bahadir. I don't know why I read Baker. That's weird. And then Amir Khan. Exhaust Amir Khan. Place 1 card from your discard pile on the bottom of your deck. Then draw a card. So what would we like to see again? Uppercut was super useful. Love to see that again. Genius is always useful. Sneak by, sneak by. There's already 2 sneak bys in here. Big hands, very good. I think big hands would be helpful, but I mean it's hard to beat that uppercut. We're gonna put a resource down there for now, but there's a good chance one of those is going down next turn. And we're gonna use Kamala Khan to just heal all 5 health, getting her up to her full health of 10. I could have done a little more this turn, but I was kind of nervous. I didn't want to have to lose so quickly to some little things. So we pushed it, yeah. We didn't push it, I should say. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, here's our hand. We've got a few good options here. We got a sneak by, which is going to help with breaking and taking on this very next turn. But we do have to do 2 event cards this turn because it's out there. That's the chance we took, unfortunately. So now it's Rhino's turn. He's going to scheme, and that is 1 plus this boost card, which is 0. And that is fine with me. Sorry. Okay. Then we have to do 2 event cards before going into turn 4, and that is not a pretty situation. So this event card is Stampede. If I'm an alter ego, this card gains Surge. Okay, then Surge it is. And then it's Caught Off Guard. Discard an upgrade or support you control. If no cards are discarded this way, this card gains Surge. We're going to get rid of Nakia because I really like the Amir Khan card, and I'm not getting rid of Embiggen at this point. Now, last event card, hopefully. Rhino heals 4 damage. If no damage was healed this way, this card gains Surge. I think he's still at full health. Yeah, he's round 2 full health, so he's already at 15. It's not going up anywhere, so that is another Surge. He's really flying through this deck. Hydra Mercenary. While this minion is engaged with you, you cannot attack the villain. Very well. We're going to start our turn with Amir Khan, putting a card on the bottom of our deck. Going for Uppercut at this point because I need that extra damage, and we get to draw a card. Helicarrier, okay. Okay. I can deal with Helicarrier. Now, we're going to do Kamala Khan's ability to draw 1 of her cards by discarding cards. Oh, Nick Fury, no. No! No! This isn't going well at all. Wiggle Room, okay. Didn't really want that one. I mean, it's an okay one. It's a good attack, yes. Well, attacks, you remove 1 threat from the scheme for each damage. Okay. Okay. We can do this. So, we're going to switch over to Ms. Marvel. Then, we're going to spend Strength here on Sneak By. Remove 3 threat from a scheme. But we're going to exhaust Ms. Marvel so we can get that right back into our hand. So then breaking and taking is gone. Then we will spend, we're going to save those and use that. So we're going to save a You'll Pay for that, and we're going to use that on this next turn to get rid of the break-in. That's my plan. So we need to save one of those for that. The rest, though, is kind of up in the air, isn't it? I wonder if I could use Wiggle Room and that. That would be very helpful. So we're going to go ahead and spend 1, 2, 3 to get Helicarrier out. No, maybe not. Maybe we'll just spend 1, 2 to use Big Hands. Dealing normally 4, but because of Embiggen, that's going to be... Oh, I don't want to do that because that's going to waste. Never mind. Get these back. So the thought I just had is that that's going to be wasted because it can do 6 damage to a character that can only take 3. Oh, but luckily we do still have She-Hulk. She-Hulk attacks, takes out Hydra Mercenary. There's 1 more damage there. Then we'll go ahead and use Big Hands. Alright, now it's working. Dealing normally 4, but because of Embiggen, doing 6 damage. I think we actually just lost She-Hulk too, yes. We did lose She-Hulk, unfortunately. So 6 damage, bringing him down to 9 health. Okay, we are getting much closer now. That's better. That feels better. And not much else I want to do here. I'm going to try and use both You'll Pay for that and Wiggle Room. So You'll Pay for that says, after the villain attacks you, remove 1 threat from a scheme for each damage you took from that attack to a maximum of 5. Then Wiggle Room says, when you would take any amount of damage, prevent 3 of that damage and draw a card. So based on the amount of damage it does, I'm gonna determine which one of those I play, and if the damage is high enough, I'm gonna play both. So we get to draw up to 5 cards. That's only 1 card extra, but it is now the villain phase. So 1 threat goes on the main scheme. Then Rhino's going to attack, and like I said, whatever happens here, that's we're gonna decide which card we play. So 3, 4 damage plus this boost card. 5, 6 damage. Okay, now we're talking. We're gonna spend wiggle room to, when you would take any amount of damage, prevent 3 of that damage and draw a card. So I'm gonna take 3 damage now. And now I can also spend Helicarrier here on you'll pay for that to, after the villain attacks, you remove 1 threat from a scheme for each damage you took. So that means I get to take 3 threat off the scheme. I got the draw card, and I only took 3 damage in the process. So that is pretty good for a turn like that. For a card draws like that, I should say. Not much to do on this next turn, unfortunately, but that's okay. We're going to go ahead and we're going to take turn 5 here with an event card. It is Sandman, who enters with a tough status card. Now I've got a few choices here. I could do big hands, and big hands would allow me to do 6 damage when getting me very close to the end. Or I could get Brawn out here, and Brawn would also get me pretty close and allow me to keep the main scheme clear. I think we're going to go for Brawn. We're going to get him out there for 1, 2, 3. He's going to go ahead and attack Sandman, which is going to take 1 threat off the main scheme as well, because that's just how Brawn does. We are then, I think we're going to switch over to Kamala Khan, or do we want to do an attack? We're going to do an attack of 1, we'll do that to Sandman here. Then, I'm trying to think if that's the best move or not. Maybe I should have done it to Rhino. No, we'll do it to Sandman. We're going to switch over to Kamala Khan. Use Amir Khan to put a card at the bottom of our deck. Probably a Strength. Ooh, or Nick Fury. That's a good choice too. Now I think I'm going to go with Strength or Uppercut. I think we already put an Uppercut down there, didn't we? I hope I did. Yeah, we're going to put Strength down there. And then we get to draw a card. I don't know if we'll be able to use it or not. It's Biokinetic Polymer Suit, which we will try and use this next turn, but we can't use it right now. Nothing to spend it on. So ready everything up and draw up to our 6 cards. So that's 5 more cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oops. Okay, that's a nice turn there. That melee card is going to help quite a bit against Sandman. In fact, that's probably going to defeat him. Okay, that's looking pretty good. Anything else I need to know? There's 0 threat in the main scheme, so theoretically I should not lose this turn. And if anything, we could probably win on this next turn. So that's 1 threat in the main scheme. Then he's going to scheme for 1 plus 2 from Sandman, so that's 3. And then this boost card of 2, that's 5. That is not pretty. Okay. Hopefully this isn't it. Is there anything I can do to stop this? It all depends on whatever this boost card is, whatever this event card is. So it gains Surge because I'm in Alter Ego mode, and gains Surge because I'm in Alter Ego. Then the Alter Ego gains Surge, man. All right, and then this one gains Surge. Okay. Shadows of the Past. Reveal your set aside Nemesis and Minion set. I was worried that would happen. So, basically, we're going to get Thomas Edison here, and Generation Y, and that comes with 2 threat on it? Yeah, 2 threat. Alright, Thomas Edison cannot take damage while you're engaged with another player. And Generation Y is, when revealed, discard the top card of each player's deck for each ally and persona support in play. Discard the top card of each player's deck for each ally and persona support in play. Okay, so that's, I have to discard the top 2 cards of player's deck. So that's 1, which is unfortunate because that means I definitely lost that. And then we have to shuffle up and discard another one. Let's figure out what's going to happen here. Have to discard one more card. And it's big hands. That's too bad. That would have been helpful. Alright, it is my turn now. We're going to start with a Mircon, put in big hands on the bottom of the deck, and then drawing a card. I think we can win this turn. I just want to know how much by. So Kamala Khan can discard cards until we draw one of hers. Nakia Baker. Bahadir. I don't know why I keep reading Baker. It's so weird. Just looking at my options. They're not fantastic. Okay, we're gonna spend some things I normally wouldn't. We're gonna spend this Genius plus Nakia, or we have to switch over, I'm sorry, to use melee to deal 3 damage to an enemy, then deal 3 damage to another enemy. So that's gonna defeat Sandman. And then I can do 3 damage to another enemy. It's gonna be Thomas Edison, clearing him out of the way. Then Braun will go ahead and attack Rhino, bringing him down to 8, take another damage here, and he's going to take 1 threat off of this. Oh, and we have to get an event card because we shuffled our main deck. Shuffled our deck. Now I can get that melee back, but I don't see a reason to since there isn't anyone out here. Okay. Then we will do 1, 2 from energy and 3 from dagger to do uppercut, which is going to be 5, because of a big one, 7 damage. So that 8 health just became 1 health. Sorry about that. And then we're going to use Miss Marvel to get that back, I think. Yes, we are. Okay, anything else I can do? I'm definitely about to win. I just want to see if I could clear some stuff off, but I don't think I can. No way of doing that. Instead, we're just going to defeat Rhino with Biokinetic Polymer Suit plus Uppercut to use Haymaker, dealing 3 damage. That is another victory for Miss Marvel. That was not so bad. That was another pretty smooth game. Alright, I will be right back. I'm super impressed with Miss Marvel. I'm looking forward to this 3rd game. I'll be back in a minute. All right, we are back, and we're going to give it 1/3 and final attempt. First two attempts went great so far. I'm super impressed of her. Yeah, she is a great character, but man, the deck that they built for her is great. It's fantastic. It's a lot of fun to play. It feels natural, and it works really well with the aggression aspect. Now, if you're interested in supporting the Solo Champions League, maybe you should play in it. Check it out. Or you can watch the videos. They're around. They're here. There's links. You can find it. If you want to check below, there's info about the league itself. It'll take you right to it, explain the whole league and how you can join in. If you're interested in backing other ways, we have I make game mats that I sell on Etsy, including this Gwent themed one that you can find right below, linked right there. You can see it. There it is. Okay, then the final way that you're able to is, besides watching videos, I suppose, and hello, thank you, the final way is through the Patreon. The Patreon gets you all sorts of rewards like thank yous and videos, which we'll get to in a second. You get rewards such as mid-round results, the next round's set up early, and all sorts of different things in different channels between different leagues and my Etsy store and, well, the videos here. So check it out. Maybe there's something there for you. Today I'm going to thank Babycorn. Babycorn is a member of the Solo Champions League. Thank you, Babycorn. We have Terrax. Terrax is one of the top players by far in the Solo Champions League. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We have Agent Xander, a good friend of mine. Thank you for joining, Agent Xander. We have Trace AE, one of the newer players in the Solo Champions League, so thank you for joining on. We have Greg. Did I spell that right? I spelled that real wrong, didn't I? Nope. Maybe on your side it's right. On my side it's wrong. But it's Greg. So thank you, Greg. Okay. That's it for all that. Check them out. Maybe there's something there for you. So we're going to go right ahead and start with our third attempt at Miss Marvel against Rhino and what's the other thing? Have we even seen any of those cards yet? I don't think I've seen any of them. What was it? It's supposed to be Under Attack. That's right. Yeah, no Under Attack cards have come up yet. That's strange. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards. All right, so we have our 6 cards here. Chase them down is not going to help right now, just because there is no threat in the scheme. Assess the situation could. Sneak by is not going to help either. Uppercut will. So we will go ahead and draw 2 more cards to replace those. Then we're going to start right away with Kamala Khan's ability to discard cards until I get one of hers. We got Bruno Corelli. So hello, Bruno. What can we do here? So, I've got a lot of good options here. I'm looking forward to some of these. We will switch right over to Miss Marvel. We're going to spend the Power of Aggression and Bruno Corelli do Uppercut. That's 5 damage right to Rhino right away, bringing him down to 9 health. Super fast. I love that Uppercut card. Then we got Big Hands, and I think that's what we want to do. Okay, so here's the thing. I'm going to spend, you'll pay for that. But my question is, do I want to spend also Skilled Strike or Assess the Situation? I think we're going to spend Skilled Strike. No, we're definitely going to spend Skilled Strike. Okay, here's what's going to happen. We're going to spend Skilled Strike, and you'll pay for that, and we'll pay for that, for Big Hands to do 4 damage to Rhino, bring him down to 5 health right away, which is wonderful. That's what I'm liking about this so far. And I'm going to just exhaust Miss Marvel to get Big Hands right back into my hand. We're going to spend Assess the Situations to increase our hand size by 1 so that we can draw 5 more cards to get to a hand size of 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And that is a fantastic hand. That's going to be some hard choices we got coming up. We're already at 1 health with him, and that feels nice. So, I'm sorry, 5 health with him. 1 threat in the main scheme. He's going to attack. We're just going to take it. We'll see how bad this goes. 2 plus 1, that's going to be 3 damage, bringing me down to 7 health. Could have been worse. I'm not sure if I have anything that can stop that. I know I've got a few floating around, but not in this hand. Okay. Then before turn 2, we have 1 card coming off the event stack. Gang Up. The villain and each minion engaged with you attacks you. So that's going to be another attack of 2 plus an event, a boost card of 0. So that's 2 more damage. He did get rid of half my health this turn, so that's not ideal, but we'll see what we can do. So, we want to get Nick Fury out there, I'm pretty sure. So 1, 2, 3, 4 to get Nick Fury out, and we're going to use him to draw 3 cards. Oh, did I go too far? I did. That should stay there. Sorry. Definitely want to get Amir Khan out. That's the best way to deal with this. I've got a lot of good cards here, and it's hard to choose sometimes. So he's got 5 health left. We're going to spend wiggle room to get Amir Khan out. We're going to attack with big hands, dealing 4 damage, so bringing him down to 1 health. And we're going to exhaust Miss Marvel so we can get big hands right back into our hands. And I'm trying to figure out if I want Nick Fury to attack or if I want him to just thwart. I think we're going to have him thwart. I know it's kind of a waste. No, he's going to attack. He's going to attack, bring him down to 0. In doing so, Rhino's already down to 0. We have to take out Breaking and Taking for round 2. There's some. I just saw some. Yeah, right there from under attack. I don't know what's going on. It must have been shuffled just right. Alright, so that's going to have 3 threat on it. 1, 2, 3. And we're going to have 2 event cards to deal with as long as Breaking and Taking is out, which is not ideal. But we're going to have Nick Fury here defend us against Rhino's attack, and then hopefully we can do one more thing before switching over to Kamala Khan. Alright, so we get 5 cards. 2, 3, 4, and 5. 1 threat's going... no threats on the main scheme yet. He has 15 health. Okay, now we can put 1 threat on the main scheme. He's going to go ahead and attack, but Nick Fury will defend, so that's an attack of 3 plus the boost card. 5 damage. Thank you, Nick Fury. Thank you, thank you. And then before turn 3, we do have to deal with 2 event cards. This could be the end of us, though. If he attacks, there's not much we can do. We only have 5 health. We've got Advance, the villain schemes. That's not great. It's 1 plus this boost card of 2, so that's 2 threat on the main scheme. And then this event is attached to Rhino. When any amount of damage would be dealt to Rhino, place it here instead. Then, if there is at least 5 damage here, discard Armored Rhino suit. It's kind of like Tough, except it's going to take 5 damage before it causes him any problems. Okay. We have a lot going on here. We have to do it. I don't want to do this, but we have to. So we have to spend all 1, 2, 3 here. I really wanted to keep Brawn, but we can't do it. I think we have to. I'm trying to decide if I want to spend Brawn or Embiggen. I have to lose one of them. I think it's gonna be Embiggen that we spend. We have to get rid of it. No, we can't. It's a hard choice. Basically, I want to use Uppercut because Uppercut will just take out Armored Rhino suit. It'll just be over already. But then we won't have anything to do anything else. Okay, we're gonna spend Embiggen, use Uppercut, get rid of Armored Rhino suit. Then we will. Do I want to get it back? I can exhaust Miss Marvel and get it back, but we won't. We're gonna switch over to Kamala Khan, exhaust her so she can heal. Getting up to 10 health. Okay. I don't like this. Okay, well, then we have to use Amir Khan to put a card at the bottom of our deck. And then draw a card. There's a good chance we're going to lose here. And then we're going to use Kamala Khan's ability to draw cards until we draw a Kamala Khan card. Oh, sneak by. I can really use that now, but I'm on the wrong side. She has to be Miss Marvel, and I can't switch again. If we survive this turn, I will be very happy, but I just don't see it happening. I think this is going to be the end. I think I made a mistake there. Or 2 or 3. Okay. We have to put 1 threat on the main scheme. Then he's going to scheme for 1 plus the boost card. That's 2. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 7. Okay, yep, that's where we lost. Okay, I made a few jumpy decisions there. I think I got too ahead of myself. I definitely could have won this game if I just thought ahead a little bit further. But that's okay. That's how it goes sometimes. I really did enjoy it. I think Kamala Khan Miss Marvel is a really fun character to play. It's a great deck. I might share mine later. We'll see. I did make this one myself. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching all the time, and make sure you check out the Solo Champions League if you're interested. All right, everyone have a good night.